I think I like it better with this hat on. What do you think? Anyway, up until about 4 years ago, I was an expert at knowing all kinds of shit about all kinds of things. But then I found out there was this whole other world out there where people weren't worried about whether they had rent money or if they were going to get their electricity shut off. And they didn't know half the things I knew. I asked one of my brothers one time, I said, you know what it's like when there's no food in the refrigerator, right? And he said, no, he didn't. I found out that our subconscious is filled with ridiculous ideas. I thought it was normal to live the way I'd been living for 62 years. I didn't change, but the way I looked at things sure did. There was a farmer one time that poked a pumpkin plant into a glass jug, and that pumpkin grew over time. And when the farmer broke the glass jug, he had a pumpkin that looked exactly the shape of that jug. Now, unless your parents fell into a very small select group of individuals who are acutely aware of what is going on and keep their mind tuned into a positive polarity, you were probably poked into a jug before you were even born as a result of genetic conditioning. Now, I had been poked into such a jug, and so I created this 5 days of grace webinar where I'm going to show you how to break out of that jug. Now, most of these webinars like this have some famous rich person doing the presenting. And then by the end of the webinar, they try to get you to buy some program you're probably not ready for. That isn't what this is. This webinar is about sharing some information with you that will absolutely change your life. Now, do you know what diamonds in their raw state look like? Well, they don't look like diamonds any more than a bodybuilder looks like a bodybuilder after they do their first push-up or lift their first barbell. Now, I do happen to have a program that you can buy that will drastically improve your life. But just like the exercise bike that has your clothes hanging on it, there's no sense getting it if you're not going to use it. In fact, I won't even sell this to you unless you're going to use it. So don't worry about some hard sell later. For the past 4 years, I've been testing if this stuff works, and I'm happy to report that it does. It doesn't make any difference how successful you currently are. The information I'm going to share with you during this webinar is going to take everything to a whole new level. It really starts with mindset, but the technical pieces are also important, as I mentioned yesterday. By the way, did you watch the little demo? That's some incredible stuff. And there's an incredible future ahead, and it's just waiting for you. Our dynamic and growing economy needs and will well reward the uncommon person who prepares for a place in its growth. That's what this is all about. So if you're ready to take the first step, register at the Develop Your Superpowers website for this webinar. You're really going to love it. You really will.